Hey everyone, and welcome back to Ideanthro. Now, a really quick episode here. I was just wandering back after filming another episode and saw something interesting and just wanted to point it out to you. So I'm really regularly going out to bioretention systems, and I've noticed this for ages, but I've never really talked that much about it before. But it's like you're out at a bioretention system, it's got all the standard kind of clumping rust species in it, and that's all lovely and well, but there's gaps between them and spots for weeds to get in. And then you walk up here in the landscaping, right? So I was filming a video just over there, it was the video about large bioretention systems. It was a pretty early one. And I walked back along the path here and I saw this lovely ground cover here, right? And every time I see this, I'm just like, why the heck aren't we putting this stuff in bioretention systems? Not the only plant. I'm not saying plant only this in bioretention, but why aren't we planting this sort of thing alongside some of the standards, alongside your carices and your lomandras and all of this sort of stuff, and maybe even alongside your trees, because it's surviving in the shade. Because it'll spread out across the surface and it'll help to smother weeds. It makes it look beautiful, right? It's lovely and green, whatever this is. I have no idea what it is. I just think there's so much potential with this sort of thing. The one potential downside to this is, of course, for bioretention treatment to work, we want not only lots of plant cover across the top to suppress weeds, but we want to have lots of dense root growth through the system. And it has been suggested to me before that kind of running plants like these might start from a central point. Now I think there might be kind of a central point for this plant about here, and then run out across the surface this way without actually putting down any new roots. And so you might have this situation where this plant has substantially more leaf cover than kind of root cover through the system, if you know what I mean. So you could end up with the bioretention system covered in all of this sort of thing, but only actually have roots through about 10% of the surface area of it. And that would be a problem from a pollutant removal point of view. But I can't really see how it would be a problem if you also combined it with trees like this. So if you've got some regular acacias and maybe melaleucas like that little fellow over there, Quincunarvia, and combined with a running species underneath it like this, the trees are going to put out nice wide roots and that sort of thing, and then this species can get in amongst it, or something like it, right? Because I don't really know what this thing's habitat is and it might not like shade too much, but some sort of running species can get in amongst it, fill up the gaps. But we just never see this sort of thing happening, and I think it's simply a case of so often we just pick plants off the standard list. So there's various bioretention guidelines out there that specify a planting list, and those are really, they're examples of plants that we know to do well, but they're not a list of the only plants that we can use, right? And that's so important to recognize, right? There are thousands of species of plant in the world, thousands of species of plant in Australia. There are hundreds of species that are commercially available. We can put all sorts of stuff into these systems. What we need to do is think about functionally what we want them to do. We want them to survive in conditions that are mainly dry and occasionally really wet. We want them to get lots of roots down. We want them to suppress weeds, and pick species that will work for the situation. And I reckon this sort of thing, combined with maybe trees, or maybe it's the stock standard shrubs and grasses that we use, this sort of thing combined with that, I reckon there's real potential, and I think someone should try it out so we can see whether it works or not. Sweet. Okay, that's it for my little that almost turned into a rant, I guess, but that's it for my thoughts for now. Have a look around next time you're out and about and see whether you spot this stuff or this sort of thing, and yeah, have a think about it. What do you think? I'll turn away from the sun so I don't have to squint at you. But that's it for this episode of Ideanthro. If you like what it is that we can do, or like what it is that we do, you can find us in a whole bunch of places. You can find us online at ideanthro.com. We have a mailing list. Scroll down the bottom of the front page, you can find it there and you can sign up there. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ideanthro. You can find us on YouTube. You can subscribe and get all the videos that way. If you have any questions, if you got something you're curious about, if you'd like to make a comment about the use of this sort of thing in bioretention systems, you got some thoughts on it, drop us a line through one of those many mechanisms in the big wide world. Let us know, and yeah, we'd love to chat about it. We'd love to make videos about it. Sweet, that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later. Bye.